Hello and welcome back. So we are going to start English grammar from the from highly recommended English grammar and composition book by Renan Martin. I have already completed all the chapters of Renan Martin, and you have enjoyed watching all those lectures, and you have given a lot of love. But some of you have requested me to teach you English grammar from Renan Martin in English language too, because you might be from some other regions or other countries, and that's why you are not able to understand Hindi. So okay, we are going to start, or we are going to cover all the chapters of book 1 of Renan Martin English grammar book, and you will get a separate playlist. Okay, so let's start with the very first chapter, and that is sentence. So in this video we are going to start the first chapter, and that is sentence, and we will explore more about what is a sentence and how many kinds of sentences are there. Okay, so see, first of all, what is a sentence? See, whenever we speak or write, we use words. Whenever we speak or write, we use words. So how do we use those words? We use those words in a group. Like, see here, there is a sentence: the cat is sleeping under the table. The cat is sleeping under the table. So when we have to express a thought, we use words, and we use those words in a group to express our thought, right? So we can say that after reading this, we can say that a sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense, right? So this is an example of sentence. So we can say that a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. See, so let me also tell you what are the most important parts of a sentence. So there can be many parts of a sentence, but what are the compulsory parts? Means what are the essential parts without which we can't make a sentence? And those essential parts are the subject and its verb. See, what do you mean by a group? A group should at least consist of 2 words. At least there should be 2 words. Okay, one single word can't be said that it is a group, right? So at least there should be 2 things: first the subject, and second its verb. So these 2 things are the essential parts of a sentence, without which we can't make a sentence, right? And the other thing is that a sentence must makes a complete sense, right? So this is the definition of sentence. Now let's talk about kinds of sentences. How many kinds of sentences are there? Some in different books we get different kinds of sentences, but in this book says there are 4 kinds of sentences. So we can say that sentences can be divided into 4 kinds. And what are those 4 kinds? So first of all, the first kind is known as a declarative or assertive sentences. What do you mean by declarative and assertive? We will further talk about it. And the second type is that interrogative sentences, and third imperative, and 4 exclamatory sentences. So one by one we will understand the meaning of all these kinds of sentences. Let's first start with the declarative, or also we can say assertive sentences. So what do you mean by the word declarative? Means declarative, the word declarative is made from declare. So declare means what? Declare means to declare something. Means in other words we can say that that make a statement. Or statement means what? Statement means what? It means it is stating a fact. Those sentences which state a fact is known as declarative sentence. Or we can say that declare a fact, that gives us some information, that tells us about something, that is called declarative or assertive sentence. So we can say that in assertive sentence, in assertive or in declarative sentence, we just give a fact, we just tell something. Okay, we just tell something, or we can't ask questions by using declarative sentences. We can't give order, or we can't make request with the help of declarative sentence. Declarative sentences are used just to state a fact, just to give you information. Okay, so these types of sentences are called declarative or assertive sentences. That shows assertion or declaration, right? So for example, let me give you an example. The example is you know me. For example, if I say you know me, it means that you are familiar with me, you are acquainted with me. So this sentence isn't asking any question and isn't expressing any strong feelings or giving you order, command, or making request, giving you advice or suggestions. This is just stating a fact that you know me means you are familiar with me. Okay, and let me tell you the two important characteristics of a declarative sentence. A declarative sentence always starts with the subject and ends in full stop. A declarative sentence always starts with the subject and ends in full stop. Okay, like you can see in this sentence, you is the subject, know is the verb of this subject, and me is object, and we can see that this sentence ends in full stop. So this is called declarative sentence, right? Okay, what is the second type is interrogative sentences. These sentences ask questions. We use interrogative sentences to make inquiries, ask questions. If you have to ask a question, you will use interrogative sentence. And there are two types of question. One question is known as yes no question. So yes no question, with the help of yes no question, you will get the answer in yes or no. For example, see, do you know me? If I say do you know me, you will answer. Your answer will be either in yes or no. So this is called yes no interrogative. And the second type of interrogative sentence is conditional interrogative, where we use question word, or we can also say WH word. WH words like what, where, why, who, whom. These are called WH words. And when we use WH words to ask questions, so these type of interrogative questions are also known as conditional interrogative. Conditional. Why conditional interrogative? Because we want to know some different types of information. Like if we want to know about the timing, we will use the question word when. If we want to know about a place, then we will use the question word where. If we want to know about the manner or the method of the action, then we will use how. If we want to know the reason, then we will use why. So we use different kinds of question words to know the different conditions of a sentence, right? That's why this type of interrogative is also known as conditional interrogative. So with the help of interrogative sentences, what do? We make inquiries, we ask questions. Okay, and what are the characteristics of interrogative sentences? We just told you that there are two types of interrogative. So in yes no interrogative, the first sentence is yes no interrogative. You can see the examples here. Do you know me? If I say do you know me, so it is interrogative. Your answer will be yes, in yes or no. And the second interrogative sentence is how do you know me? How do you know me means I want to know the manner, means in which manner you know me. Okay, so these are the examples of interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence will either start with helping verb, or we can say auxiliary verb, and always ends in question mark. Or if it is conditional interrogative, then it will start with WH question word, then there will be the helping verb. Okay, then there will be the subject and the rest of words. And this sentence, this type of interrogative also ends in question mark. So question mark means what? Question mark means we are putting a question, we are asking a question, right? Okay, next, the third type is imperative sentences. What do you mean by imperative sentences? See, imperative sentences are those types of sentences we use to give order, command, or make request, or to give instructions also. Okay, so suppose if somebody say you sit down, get up, okay, stand up, or say go there, come here, please help me. Okay, so these types of sentences, type of instructions, these types of sentences are types of instructions, or somewhere we are giving orders, requesting, making a request, or giving suggestion, giving command. So these types of sentences are known as imperative sentences. Okay, imperative means instructions. When you are to give instruction, you will use the imperative sentence structure. Okay, see, so these sentences express commands, request, advice, or instruction, we can say. So for example, be quiet. So this example, be quiet. Be quiet means what? Be quiet, it's giving order, be quiet. If I tell you that give me a glass of water, give me a glass of water, go there, come here, open the door. So these types of sentences are giving orders. We are using these sentences to give order. Okay, if I say please help me, so please help me, this sentence shows about request, right? So what are the characteristics of imperative sentences? The characteristics of imperative sentences is that when we give order or command, to whom we give order or command? To the second person. And who is the second person? Second person is you. Okay, we advise or we give advice to whom? We give advice to the second person. We give instructions to whom? To the second person. Okay, so we can see that the subject of imperative sentence is fixed. The subject of different types of sentences might be different subjects, but in the case of imperative sentences, the subject is always fixed, because we give advice, we give order, command, we make request to second person only, the people or the person who is before me, and those people are called second person. And second person, we use the pronoun you. So you is fixed. You is fixed. In imperative sentences, the subject is fixed. And why the subject is fixed? Because this is the only one subject, you, the second person. That is why the subject is fixed. And that is the reason that most of the time while using imperative sentences, we don't use the subject you. In the sentence, we don't use the subject you. Why we don't use the subject you? Because it is already fixed. It means that even if we use it or not, it is already understood. It is already understood. Suppose if I say go there, if I say go there, so earlier we told you that what are the most important parts of sentence? The subject and its verb. So without subject and its verb, we can't make any sentence. So here we can see that in this sentence, go is the verb, and these are the other words. We can't say that this is object, this is the adverb, this is adverb of place. Okay, we are not talking about that, these words, the other words. We will talk about only the subject and the verb. So this is the verb of the sentence. Where is the subject? The subject isn't written here. The subject isn't written here. Why? Because this sentence expresses order or command, go there. So order or command types of sentence are known as imperative sentence. And in imperative sentence, subject is fixed and that subject is you. And fixed subject needs not be explicitly written in the sentence. That is understood. So here you is understood. Here you is understood. Here you is understood. We don't need to tell about you. You go there. We don't need to tell you. We just can say that go there. Okay. So in this case, we can say that the definition, the very definition that sentence is a group of words. So sometime a sentence can be of a single word also. Do you agree or not? Some of you might not agree with me, but let me prove it. A sentence can be of single word also. Like, see, if I say you go, you go, आप जाओ. Okay. So if this sentence is a command, then we don't need to read the subject to write the subject you. We can just say go, and we will put a full stop here. Now tell me, this is a sentence or not? If I say go, come, so these are sentences or not? This is also a sentence. This is also a complete sentence. This is also a complete sentence. This is also a complete sentence. And what is the interesting thing about this? That it is a single word. So I don't say that sentence isn't a group of words. It is a group of words. But sometimes the subject, especially in case of imperative sentences, the subject you is hidden or understood. We don't need to write it. Go. If I tell you go, it means the subject. Who is the subject? You is the subject. Okay. So sometimes sentence can be of single word also, but it doesn't mean that subject isn't there. The subject is there, but it is understood, because in case of imperative sentence the subject is fixed. Okay. Now, so we can say that often an imperative sentence starts with the verb, and the first form of the verb V1. Okay. Then come the other words, then come the other words, then come the other words, and like a declarative sentence or assertive sentence, an imperative sentence also ends in full stop. An imperative sentence also ends in full stop. Okay. And if it starts with the verb, where is the subject? Subject is there. Again I am telling you, subject is there, but it is understood. Okay. So this is the characteristic of imperative sentence. How will you identify whether the written sentence is, suppose if with the help of the meaning, if you are not able to understand whether it is imperative sentence or declarative sentence, you can identify it with the help of the structure. And the structure is that it often starts with the first form of the verb and then the other words. Okay. And ends in full stop. Right. Now see the fourth type of sentence, that is exclamative sentence. Exclamative sentence. What are exclamative sentences? These sentences express strong feelings. Those sentences which express strong emotions, strong feelings. So these types of sentences are known as exclamative. And let me tell you one more thing. Often we see interjections in exclamative sentences. We often see the use of interjections. Interjections are those words which expresses strong feelings, emotions. Okay. Like we say hurrah, hurrah. Oh, wow. So these words are called interjections. And in exclamative sentences we often get to see the interjections. Okay. So let's look at these examples. How cold the night is. If I say how cold the night is, how cold the night is, it means that about the night we are expressing our emotions, our strong emotions. What shame, what a shame, what a shame. Okay. What an idea, what a beautiful place. So all these sentences are expressing our strong emotions, and an exclamative sentence always ends in exclamation mark. An exclamative sentence often ends in exclamatory mark. And in exclamative sentences sometimes we can see use of interjections. Okay, different types of interjections to express different types of feelings. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is a sentence, and all its types. Okay, so for upcoming lectures, stay tuned with us. You will get a separate playlist for English grammar from Renan Martin book. Especially all these lecture will be covered in English language. If you find this lecture useful, so please like, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Okay, so we will see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned. Okay, bye bye.